Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me this week. So this week I'm going to be sharing my opinion and thoughts about ChatGPT. You've heard all the buzz, the discussions back and forth about this artificial intelligence piece of software. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts about ChatGPT, then please keep on watching. Okay, so this week I'm going to be talking about ChatGPT and my thoughts about that. You may have seen the huge discussions and buzz around this piece of AI software. It's basically a chat bot that can generate language. Now, whether that's an essay, whether that's a poem, whether that's a paragraph, or it can really break down some very complex concepts into simple language. Now, when I first heard about this, I probably had that initial panic. Oh no, what if every single one of my students uses this to generate, their essays and to do all of their homework for them? But after I started using it, I could really see the power of how to incorporate ChatGPT into my life. So I kind of use it every day to provide a skeleton of what I want to say. Now, that might be an email message. It might be a description of a complex concept that I want to be able to explain properly. It may be a few paragraphs or a story that I want to write. What I noticed was the language and the words that it generates is only as good as the user and what you input. So you have to actually really understand and know what you're inputting in order for the output to be meaningful and to actually explain concepts really, really well. So I'll give you a little example of something that a group of teachers inputted. I wanted a description, a short paragraph, a few sentences about how inquiry-based learning, social constructivism, and different pedagogical approaches to engage and motivate students were used in the classroom. And I'm going to read out a fantastic response that the ChatGPT generated. Okay, so I'm just going to read out what the ChatGPT generated. Inquiry-based learning is a teaching approach that emphasizes student engagement and collaboration. It involves posing a question or problem to students and encouraging them to explore and find answers through their own investigation. This approach develops important soft skills such as critical thinking and problem solving. An inspiring teacher can create a positive and engaging learning environment that fosters collaboration and curiosity. However, a crowded classroom can sometimes make it difficult for students to fully participate, and they may start complaining. It's important for teachers to find ways to keep their students engaged and inspired, even in a crowded setting. So do you know what? As soon as I read that, I knew that that was generated by AI. I knew that a group of teachers had not actually written that. And the little signs that I could tell was it was written in a very sterile way. So there was no emotion in it. It was very factual. And if you don't check the facts, sometimes the facts could be wrong. I saw on Twitter that someone actually put up a maths problem and the actual maths problem answer was wrong. So even though it's a wonderful tool to generate lots of language and poems and even rap songs and paragraphs and emails, we still need that critical thinking from the human to be able to discern what is factually correct, whether this is coherent, and then to add our own ideas to enable what is generated to be understood better. So I use it as a skeleton. I'm writing all sorts of mini essays and small blog posts at the moment for different institutions. And I input the topic into ChatGPT of what I want to generate. And a lot of the times it's so sterile what they say, but there are some great practical strategies. So I use it as a starting point, and then I improve and edit the suggestions that they've given me. Now, it's so important that I think we teach our students about how to use their own critical thinking skills when they're using this type of tool. And it's not something that we should be banning in classrooms. It's something that we should be teaching our students how to utilize. I remember when Google was first launched and we were so worried that students would be able to find the answers to everything. And then that kind of helped us shift in terms of our approaches and assessment to assess students in a way that they could not Google the answers. Well, now I think we need to really be asking those deep questions where it does involve students' opinion, it can reflect their human qualities, and to also teach our students how to use a tool like this and about academic honesty, basically. So I think that this is a really valuable tool that is going to take the entire world by storm. I think eventually Google will probably become the minor tool that students use. I mean, it's already saving me so much time in terms of research and just pulling information together and providing that skeleton of what I want to say. There are some wonderful guides that different educators have released. So I'll put them in a link in the section below. I would love to hear your thoughts about how you will use ChatGPT and how it'll be useful in your life. So thank you so much for joining me again this week, and I hope to see you next time.